Having the moon in Aries in the 10th house suggests a person with a dynamic and passionate personality. This individual exhibits a powerful drive to achieve their ambitions, and can be very competitive. Their emotions are typically straightforward and intense, creating someone who is direct and candid in expressing their feelings. In relationships, Moon in Aries in the 10th house signifies a person who is attracted to strong, assertive partners. They prefer independence and often take the initiative in their relationships. However, their impulsive nature can sometimes lead to conflicts. Patience and understanding are essential growth areas for them. In terms of career influences, this placement often points towards leadership roles. It suggests a person might be drawn to professions where initiative and assertiveness are rewarded. Risk-taking, quick decision-making, and the ability to inspire others are among their professional strengths. They might do well in entrepreneurship, politics, or any field that requires vigorous energy. The main strength of this placement is energy and courage. They are not afraid of challenges, and can often turn a crisis into an opportunity with their fearless approach. However, their primary challenge lies in their impulsiveness and lack of patience, which can lead to hasty decisions. Their personal growth lesson involves learning how to handle their emotion-driven energy constructively, encourage patience, and understand the value of strategizing before acting. This can greatly enhance their personal and professional life, enabling them to balance their fiery passion with wisdom and practicality. Having the moon in Taurus in the 10th house points towards reliability and persistence. It implies a steadfast personality that values security, prefers routine, and enjoys comfort. These individuals often have a strong connection to material possessions and may show resistance to change. They exude warmth and understanding, making them reliable and trustworthy companions. However, they may sometimes come across as stubborn or possessive when faced with unsettling situations or unpredictability. In relationships, they are typically loyal and expect the same level of commitment from their partners. Their nurturing nature often makes them express their emotions through acts of service. However, their need for stability can create challenges if their partner craves more spontaneity and variety. For career influences, the 10th house is the house of career and public reputation, so those with moon in Taurus here tend to prefer professions offering security. They may be drawn to careers in finance, real estate, or any field that provides a steady income. The notable strengths of this placement include determination, dependability, and a knack for generating wealth. Challenges may include rigidity and a tendency to get too attached to materialistic comforts. Personal growth lessons can involve embracing change and understanding that stability can also come from inner peace and not just material possessions. Balancing their profound need for security with the unpredictability of life can lead to significant personal development. Having the moon in Gemini in the 10th house indicates a person is versatile, adaptable, and intellectually driven. They excel at communication, making them persuasive speakers and avid learners. They may, however, struggle with consistency, often changing their minds or shifting focus. The placement in the 10th house underscores the individual's professional life and reputation. They may thrive in careers that value clear communication and involve community, like journalism or teaching. In relationships, they appreciate intellectual stimulation and engaging conversations, craving variety and change. They might struggle with deeper emotional bonding, however, often distancing themselves when the conversation becomes too emotionally charged. Strengths of this placement include intellectual curiosity, communication skills, and adaptability. They perform well under changing circumstances, reacting promptly and logically. They impress others with their quick thinking and chatty nature. Challenges might present themselves in the form of inconsistency and fleeting emotions. They may be perceived as emotionally distant or unreliable owing to their changeable moods. This placement suggests personal growth lessons revolving around learning to control their scatterbrain tendencies and focus on specific tasks. Additionally, they might have to work on their impulse to flee from emotionally intense situations. It's important for them to embrace depth in their relationships and acknowledge their emotional needs too. The moon in Cancer in the 10th house indicates an emotional, empathetic, and intuitive individual who also aims high in their career path, driven by a need for security and validation. Traits commonly associated include deep compassion, strong ambition, and a knack for understanding others' feelings. These individuals apply their emotional intelligence to professional pursuits, making them natural counselors, caregivers, or leaders in people-oriented professions. In relationships, Moon in Cancer in the 10th house individuals tend to nurture and take care of their loved ones, often to the point of overprotection. It's a common challenge for them to become overly dependent on their partner or to struggle with separating personal and professional lives. It's important for these individuals to maintain healthy boundaries. This placement suggests a person who thrives in careers that value sensitivity and caring, like healthcare or counseling, yet also has the endurance and ambition to succeed in challenging environments. Their primary career challenge lies in balancing empathy with professionalism, and avoiding being overwhelmed by their or others' emotions. The strengths of this placement include emotional intelligence, ambition, and an innate ability to care for others. The challenges often revolve around emotional tendency to worry, overprotection, and struggle with work-life balance. Personal growth lessons involve learning to balance professional ambition with emotional well-being, setting healthy boundaries, and cultivating emotional independence. Overall, the Moon in Cancer in the 10th house gives rise to individuals who fiercely protect and care for those they love while climbing the ladder of career success. Having the Moon in Leo in the 10th house suggests a confident, ambitious personality. This person's emotions are often worn on their sleeve, and they don't shy away from being the center of attention. They love to express themselves and often make excellent leaders due to their charisma and knack for inspiring others. In relationships, they can be dominant, loyal, and passionate. Acting as protective partners, they tend to hold high standards both for themselves and their significant others. They seek admiration, love, and respect in their relationships, and can be very generous and warm-hearted towards their partners. Regarding career, the 10th house placement implies a strong urge to achieve a high social status and recognition. They may excel in careers that involve leadership, public speaking, or the performing arts. They may also be drawn to fields where they can exercise their creative talent or influence others. Strengths associated with this placement include being self-confident, warm-hearted, loyal, and creative. On the other hand, their ambition and desire for recognition might turn into arrogance or intolerant behavior. They may also have a tendency to be dramatic and overbearing at times. Their personal growth lessons might involve learning how to channel their strong leadership abilities in a balanced and modest way, without overwhelming others. They must also understand that shared admiration and respect in relationships should flow both ways. Too much focus on self-admiration may cause issues in their relationships. Their powerful emotional drive should be used to empathize with and care for others, rather than seeking constant attention and appreciation. Having the moon in Virgo in the 10th house suggests a methodical, detail-oriented approach to life. This person likely has a strong need for order, precision, and practicality. They view the world through an analytical lens and are driven by logic, not emotion. This practicality extends into their relationships, where they tend to be somewhat reserved. They are likely to be devoted and reliable, yet may struggle with expressing their feelings, often seeking perfection in their partners. In terms of career influences, this placement suggests good organizational skills and a potential for roles that demand attention to detail, such as research, editing, or project management. The 10th house relates to ambition and public life, indicating their work might hold a significant place in their life. They are likely diligent, hardworking, and ambitious, frequently finding satisfaction in achieving their goals. Strengths associated with this placement include a keen intellect, meticulous attention to detail, and the ability to remain grounded during stressful situations. Challenges might include an overly critical attitude towards oneself or others and a tendency to overwork. Personal growth experiences for those with this placement might involve learning to balance their drive for perfection with a healthy acceptance of imperfections in themselves and others. They could benefit by realizing that emotions, although messy, are a fundamental part of human life, and it's okay not to have everything sorted all the time. Cultivating a more balanced approach towards work and personal life could also be a significant lesson. With the moon in Libra, an individual would strive for harmony, balance, and fairness in their emotions and relationships. They would crave peace and avoid conflict. This placement suggests a diplomatic personality with a knack for peacemaking. Additionally, a person with this placement could be very socially mindful, valuing cooperation, and putting a lot of effort into making others comfortable. In matters of the heart, this placement suggests an individual who seeks equanimity and companionship in relationships. They may yearn for a partnership that's intellectually stimulating, with shared interests. Additionally, there might be a tendency to depend on others for emotional stability. The 10th house is associated with career, reputation, and social standing. So, having the moon in Libra here could steer an individual towards careers that involve diplomatic skills, creativity, or public relations. They might also excel in professions involving the law, arts, or counseling. Strengths of this placement include diplomacy, sociability, and a balanced approach to life. Challenges could include indecisiveness, dependency on others, and a tendency to avoid conflict even when necessary. As for personal growth lessons, learning to balance self-care with care for others is a vital lesson. Recognizing that it's okay to have conflict sometimes, and it's essential to take a stand for oneself is also needed. Striving for internal balance, instead of relying solely on external harmony, is fundamental in personal growth. Moon in Scorpio in the 10th house suggests an individual with a strong, determined personality. They are often passionate, intense, and deeply emotional. However, they keep these feelings well hidden, often to be seen as cool, calm, or even aloof. They strive for power and control in their lives, often with a focus on their career. Their determination can lead to great success, potentially in fields related to psychology, finance, or those requiring investigative skills. In relationships, these individuals crave intensity and intimacy but may struggle to open up. Their protective nature may come off as possessive or controlling to some. However, once trust is gained, they prove to be loyal and supportive partners. A significant strength is their resilience and capacity to rise above adversities. This tenacity makes them compelling leaders. Their major challenge lies in their emotional intensity, which can potentially lead to their downfall if left unchecked. In terms of personal growth, learning to trust others and express their emotions in a healthy manner can be a transformative lesson for them. Furthermore, they must learn to loosen their grip on control, understanding that it is okay to let go and let things naturally unfold. Their journey through life is about finding a balance between their intense inner world and their ambitious career aspirations, merging their emotional depth with their public persona. Ultimately, the moon in Scorpio in the 10th house encourages personal resilience, deep emotional connections, and a powerful drive for achievement. Having the moon in Sagittarius in the 10th house signifies one may be an enthusiastic, adventurous person with a strong desire for professional success. This placement points toward an inherent optimism and a free spirit with a thirst for new experiences. Personality-wise, an individual may be expansive in their outlook, often looking at the bigger picture. They might love exploring new cultures and philosophies. Committed to personal growth and expansion, they likely value wisdom, truth, and knowledge. On the downside, they can appear restless, excessively independent, or even blunt at times. In relationships, individuals can be heartwarmingly sincere, candid, and supportive. Their openness and honesty can make them reliable partners. However, their craving for freedom and exploration might lead to issues if their partners prefer stability and routine. In terms of career, a person with such placement might be drawn to roles that offer variety, learning, travel, or leadership. They may excel in fields such as academia, publishing, travel, or any profession where they can feel they make substantial, meaningful contributions. However, they may sometimes struggle with focusing on minute details or maintaining consistency. Strengths of this placement include optimism, enthusiasm, and courage. They can quickly bounce back from failures. However, their challenges might include impatience and bluntness. Their desire for freedom and exploration might make it hard for them to stick with mundane routines or responsibilities. For personal growth, learning the art of patience and understanding the value of small details, along with persistence, can be beneficial. Embracing their adventurous spirit while learning to value stability and consistency can guide them toward a more balanced life. A person with the moon in Capricorn in the 10th house often displays a disciplined, ambitious personality. They are driven by a desire for success, stability, and order. These individuals tend to be hardworking and responsible, striving for accomplishment professionally. However, they may come across as cold or emotionally detached because they value practicality over emotions. In relationships, they seek partners who match their level of dedication and responsibility. Since they don't easily express emotions, they might struggle to communicate their feelings, affecting the emotional depth of their connections. They crave for a partner who can make them feel secure and organized. Career-wise, they can excel in professions that require leadership, organization, and precision. With their instinctual readiness to take on responsibility, they can easily occupy high-ranking positions. Careers in management, finance, or law might suit them particularly well. Strengths of this placement include commitment, resilience, and rationality. They have the patience and dedication to overcome obstacles. Challenges might include difficulty expressing emotions, potential for work-life imbalance, and overly harsh self-criticism. The key personal growth lessons for individuals with this placement include learning how to be more openly emotional and nurturing, and understanding that personal success cannot replace the value of intimate emotional connections. They need to balance their emotional and practical sides, which will also help them become more effective leaders. They also need to learn to avoid being too hard on themselves and to balance work and personal life. The moon in Aquarius in the 10th house suggests a personality driven by originality and progressiveness. People with this placement are often progressive thinkers who value independence and autonomy. They are unique, quirky, and compassionate, always striving for freedom of thought. In relationships, they may hold unpredictable feelings due to their love for change and progress. Their way of expressing love and affection may differ from the norm, perhaps through innovative ideas or actions. They may also require a high degree of freedom within relationships, often prioritizing friend-like relationships over passionate dynamics. Career-wise, these individuals likely push boundaries and challenge conventions. They can thrive in fields that value innovation and creativity, such as technology, science, and social activism. They may be more comfortable in roles that offer flexibility and the opportunity to promote change. Strengths associated with this placement include intellectual curiosity, innovation, and a strong desire for change. Their compassionate nature and ability to think outside the box often make them popular leaders. However, their challenges can include emotional detachment and a tendency to resist structure or rules, which can lead to conflicts. Personal growth for these individuals often involves learning how to balance their own need for autonomy with the needs of others, building emotional connections, and accepting structures that may seem restrictive. They may need to learn how to express their emotions more openly and rely on others when necessary. Despite their independent nature, they can benefit from understanding the importance of interdependence and building stronger emotional bonds with others. Having the moon in Pisces in the 10th house generally signifies a dreamy, compassionate, and imaginative personality. This person likely has a sensitive nature with a rich emotional life. This sensitivity, coupled with a natural intuition, often leads to strong empathy towards others. In relationships, this placement suggests a nurturing, supportive partner who is genuinely interested in their partner's emotional well-being. This person may even absorb the emotions of those around them due to their high empathy levels. However, they might have a tendency to escape reality, risking falling into fantasy or dependency, which can be a challenge. In terms of career, the 10th house is associated with professional life and reputation. This placement could lead to a successful career in a creative or healing profession, such as art, music, counseling, or healthcare. Their strong intuition along with their empathy towards others could make them excellent in these fields. The strengths of this placement are creativity, intuition, empathy, and emotional connectivity. Challenges may include escaping reality, dependency, emotional vulnerability, and struggling with structure or authority. To experience personal growth, the person with this placement might need to learn how to set boundaries and protect their emotional energy, while also finding a balance between their dreamy nature and reality. Trusting their intuition without losing themselves in daydreams is key. In summary, this placement suggests a deeply emotional and empathetic individual with a creative career path.